You know those tasks at work, the ones that are just repetitive, a little outdated, and honestly a total drag? We've all got them. But what if you could actually build the exact tool you need to fix them? Well, today we're going to dig into exactly how to do that and modernize our work with Microsoft Power Apps.
So let me ask you this. Does this sound familiar? You're just buried in these repetitive tasks. Maybe you're chasing down signatures or you're fighting with a spreadsheet that just doesn't do what you need it to do anymore. It's that daily grind, right? The manual work that just slows everybody down.
But what if you could just untangle that whole mess yourself, without having to wait in line for the IT department? The good news is, there really is a better way to work, and it's probably way more accessible than you think. Yeah, we're talking about moving way beyond the limits of those old school spreadsheets and paper forms. I mean, look, they were great for their time, but let's be real. Today's challenges, they need something that's more dynamic, a lot more powerful, and way more connected. And that, my friends, is where Power Apps comes into the picture. It's a platform from Microsoft, and it's designed specifically to help you build applications that can finally modernize those frustrating processes. It's all about solving those tough business challenges. And the best part? You don't need a computer science degree to do it. So at its heart, Power Apps is what we call a no-code/low-code platform. And what that really means is you don't have to be a traditional developer who's writing thousands of lines of code. No way. Instead, the whole idea is to empower anyone, and I mean anyone, to build their own solutions using logic and skills they probably already have. And here it is. This is the key to understanding all of this. Power Apps literally builds off concepts you already know. Seriously, if you've ever written a formula in Excel, like sum to add up a column of numbers, then you already get the fundamental logic. That simple idea is what makes this a total game changer. And this approach, you can use it for just about anything. We're talking everything from a simple little fix that saves you a few hours a week, all the way up to these massive solutions that can transform how your entire business operates. So what does that actually look like in the real world?
Well, the range is huge. On one end of the spectrum, you could build a really simple app for, say, vehicle inspections. Finally get rid of those paper forms and clipboards for good. But on the other end, you could tackle a huge challenge, like digitizing an entire purchasing process or building a really sophisticated inventory system that connects multiple departments. The sky's the limit.
So, are you feeling inspired yet? The great thing is, there's a super clear path to get started. You don't have to just figure all this out on your own. Microsoft has actually laid out this step-by-step journey to guide you from being a total beginner to becoming an app builder. Okay, so the learning path really boils down to 3 core steps. First, you'll create something called a Canvas app. Think of it like a blank canvas where you have total creative control over how it looks and feels. Then you'll learn about Dataverse, which is basically the secure backbone that stores and manages all your app's data. And finally, you'll build a model-driven app, which is fantastic for creating really powerful solutions based on the data and business processes you already have. All right, so the next step, it's all about taking action. It's time to go from just thinking about it to actually doing it and start your own learning journey to get that critical, hands-on experience. You can explore the full learning paths online, totally at your own pace on Microsoft Learn. Or, if you're someone who wants a more guided experience, you can even check out an app-in-a-day instructor-led workshop. The goal for both is exactly the same, to get you building your own custom apps as quickly as possible. And well, that brings us to the final, and I think the most important question. As you think about your own workday, your own team, and all those little frustrations with manual processes, what's the one thing you would modernize first? Because the power to build that solution, it's now in your hands.